But then I'm sure you will want to ask a question. Sir, are you saying that Elisha was the only diligent person in the whole land? After all, God himself said he has 7,000 others beside Elijah. Was Elisha chosen simply because he was the only one among the 7,000 who was diligent? Definitely not. It brings us to a very important topic, and that's the topic of something called destiny. I'm sure at least those of you who are in Nigeria, you know, when we want to admit people to the universities, there is an institution that will test everybody, every applicant. And they will grade them. I think the grading begins from 400 for the best, and then goes all the way down. And then they will pass their result over to the universities. And then each university, depending on their own standard, will decide what will be the cutoff mark for the student that they will admit. Maybe they have 400 spaces for people they want to admit. And so they say that, well, the cutoff mark for the student to be admitted into this particular university is, shall we say, 270. You must score at least 270 in the JAMB exams. And so they look at the list of those who have applied. And by the time they get to 271, those who have scored 271 and above, they already have 399 students in. So they need one more student. There's one more place. And so they drop down to their 270 cutoff mark. And they discover 1,000 students, 1,000 applicants who scored 270. But they needed only one. So how do you choose one out of all these people who are equally qualified? Revelation chapter 4, verse 11. Revelation chapter 4, verse 11 tells us our God is a God of purpose. He created all things, and he created all things for his pleasure. He doesn't create anybody without a purpose in mind. Acts chapter 15, verse 18, Acts 15, verse 18 tells us he knows the end from the beginning. Known unto God are all his works from the foundation of the world. Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10. Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10 says, he declares the end from the beginning. And then in Jeremiah chapter 1 from verse 4 to 5, Jeremiah 1, 4 to 5, he says clearly, before you were born, he has concluded everything about you. before you were born. In Romans chapter 9 from verse 10 to 13, Romans 9 from verse 10 to 13, the Bible says, there were a set of twins in the womb of the same mom. And God said, before they were born at all, Jacob I love, Esau I hate. They weren't born yet. They haven't done anything yet. But the one who knows the end from the beginning said, this is settled. This boy is the one I love. That one, I hate him. Romans chapter 9 verse 17. Romans 9 verse 17. The Bible says, the reason he brought Pharaoh into the world, the reason he promoted Pharaoh, the reason he made Pharaoh so great is so that when he drowns him, the world will pay attention.